It's time for reacting. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I know, we're gonna see it together, okay? It's been like 15 minutes. This was the fastest intro I've done ever. This is the fastest intro. Okay. Let's fucking go, man. Oh, dude, I swore. Ah, dude, the YouTube stream. I'm so sorry, YouTube. I'm gonna have to cut out this part. And we're live. Hello, YouTube stream. I'm gonna cut this part. I'm gonna cut the beginning of the stream. That's the first 10 seconds. All right. New GTA 6 trailer. Let's see if it's good. Let's see if it's any good. Is it good? Is it cinema? They delayed the game. Did they delay it because they had a trailer 2 they wanted to release? Let's find out. We'll just watch it in its full first, and then I'll cut through it. It released 20 minutes ago, and it's already have 476,000 likes?
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Well, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason. I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
Whoa, whoa.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay.
Whoa, whoa, wait.
New beginnings.
Can't show that on this.
Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shots, baby!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this? We're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full effect? They got your name, address, they got everything. Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
Like, brat, brat, brat!
You and me, Lou. We got this.
We got it.
It was a plane fight.
Say my city, baby! My city, baby!
Come to Fields Ammunition today. We got more guns than the law allows.
Hey.
Captured on PS5, no max setting. Missing shadows.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
Captured on PS5. Yeah. All right. This was very, I guess, character oriented. The game dev whose sole job was to make a sex mini game. Hey man, I need some research. It was very, very character oriented. I don't know, man. I just want to see what the game plays like. Do they have shitty fucking locomotion? Probably. It's Rockstar. Probably. Yeah, it's cool. I guess. Sorry. Am I kind of hater? Am I low key hater? Yeah, it's you know, it's cool. I wouldn't mind seeing some gameplay. Yeah, there's not really much to go off of. It's just kind of like, it's very character oriented. Actually, it's not even that like, it's not even, well, like you see some new characters, I guess. You got Brian. You got Brian. You got you got Brian. There's a lot of ass and other various goodies, I suppose. Yeah, it'll be a fun world to explore for sure. It'll be interesting. But I don't know, it just doesn't really, you know, I don't, you know, it doesn't really, I guess we see some rival gangs potentially. Is that what this is here in this shot? And then we have the police. So there's a little bit of that. A lot of that. A lot of this. A lot of that. Ammunition, I guess. Driving motorcycle. Car in truck heist. I guess like it's GTA. That's all I got. It really is just it's just GTA. It's just more GTA. Like literally this beginning, I feel like I was watching GTA 5. Like this very beginning. Oh, hey, you know, we got some quirky fucking I guess some might say it's the 6th GTA. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk? You know what I did notice? I noticed the keyboard having like no shadows on the table. Yep, that's captured on PS5. It looks good though. The hair, there's something off-putting about the hair. Anybody else notice that? It's like, it looks really good, but it also, oh yeah, here it is. It's got that problem where it gets really noisy. I know, it's video game hair. The unsolvable problem. Or actually, this could be a case of anti-aliasing. Vinny looks more of the same. Yeah, I don't know. I like the hair physics. That's cool. Hair physics cool. There's there's ass physics. That's pretty cool. Yep. There's a couple gooners at the GTA headquarters. Couple gooners. By a couple, I mean a whole squad of gooners. Base eater. It's just Inzoi, but with guns. It does feel, well, I think this trailer specifically is very character focused. Like they really wanted that to be the focus of this trailer, I think. I'd be interested to see, because they're showing a shot of someone in a cage, or like a 1v1. I don't know what you'd call that. I don't go outside. I wonder if they maybe did a little bit more with the melee combat. Who am I fucking kidding? Probably not. But maybe they did a little bit more with it. That could be interesting. Because there's no way. Okay, in GTA 5, it's not like any of the 3 characters that you play have any sort of like melee background. They just beat the shit out of things. If we have a case where you have like someone who actually knows a little bit of like MMA, that could be interesting. Maybe there's like actual actual kicks and shit. I wonder if the ass physics engine is the same as the horse balls engine from RDR2. Probably, man. Probably. They reuse the horse balls to make ass. Yeah. I feel like I just watched a resort getaway ad. That's kind of... But I feel like I just watched a Florida ad. Like, real Florida ad. It's just Florida. It's just fucking Florida, man. I don't like Florida when I lived there. Oh. Dejo. I want to see what the game looks like, though. I know this is on PS5, rendered on PS5. I want to see what the actual in-game looks like. I'm sure it'll look great. It's just I'd love to see it. I confess I'll probably prioritize new stuff. Not saying I won't play it, but maybe 3 to 4 years after release upon finishing other priority games. I'm not buying this fucking game on consoles. I'm sorry. I'm not buying a console just to play GTA 6. No. No. Jason looks a bit bland in Uncanny Valley. There was a spot, I don't know if you guys noticed, or maybe it was just me going crazy. There was a bit of like lip sync that wasn't right here.
Hey.
It's like one of those Chinese or Korean movies where they're like, it's like translated. Hey. It's like slightly delayed. Do you see that?
Hey.
I'm surprised they didn't catch that.
Hey.
Knowing Rockstar. I'm actually okay. I'm gonna be the first to say it. All right. You could shoot me. I'm kind of underwhelmed. You know, when I see a new trailer, I kind of expect like some crazy shit, but you know, seeing that, you know, like I don't know, it's feels like more of that's for trailer 6. I can't wait for trailer 6. Feels like more of the last one. I actually feel like it's a little bit more, but I also feel like it's less at the same time. I feel like I got way more from trailer 1. The lighting's really nice though. The lighting's very nice. Besides that keyboard that didn't have shadows, which, you know, is probably a limitation of the PS5. Anyways, I'm probably not going to play this game until like 2027 because they're going to delay the PC release because that's just how Rockstar fucking operates. Because screw you, Rockstar. So I'm not playing this game for like 2 years basically. There's t-shirt layers without intersection. Oh, what the hell? No clipping? Where's the clipping?
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this?
Yeah, the hair, dude. The hair has so much of that noise. It's got so much noise. I can't ignore it. I can't ignore the noise, but it still looks very nice. Not one poly of ass popping through. It's because they deleted the ass underneath. Bottled water jiggle physics. Nothing beats Half-Life Alyx in terms of the bottled water. That shit was so good in Half-Life Alyx, but I see it. I see what you mean.
And what you got.
Sorry, I'm playing through that same shot. I'm sorry. It's very disrespectful. I apologize. It's not. I didn't mean to. The game. The trailer just. It's just a lot of ass. What do you want from me? So this looks like another character. This very much feels like just a character reveal. Things blowing up. Love to see things blowing up. So is this going to be vehicle blow up physics? I'm curious to see what they did with the vehicles. I'm curious to see like what they did with vehicle movement, or if it just feels the same. Because technically, from GTA 4 to GTA 5, they changed the vehicles quite a bit. GTA 4, I actually kind of liked the physics of GTA 4 a little bit more. It had a bit of like it had something to it. I know it was kind of like loose and whatnot, but there was something kind of interesting to it. Yeah. Yesterday I was watching your video on how to fake trailers. I would say that's applicable for companies that nobody knows about, like you know, Fantastic, I guess. In this case, it's GTA, so chances are they probably have all of these locations kind of like in progress or whatnot. Lots of ass in progress, lots of ass, lots of it. And a lot of beer. A lot of beer. A lot of beer. Look, is that a PlayStation controller? That looks like a PlayStation controller. Look at that reflection on the picture. What am I supposed to see? It's so crisp. The thing is, this could be considered as like a cinematic shot, so maybe they up the reflections, but that could in theory just be screen space reflections. There is a PlayStation? Oh, you're right. Yeah, sorry. Completely missed that. Completely out of my radar. The goose shadows on the deck. Brother, that's not a goose. That is literally, that is like, this is Satan's fucking spawn. It's called a seagull. Have you ever heard of it? Satan fucking spits these out of his asshole. It's a seagull. I heckin' hate seagulls. Grim, do you think GTA 6 will be the best video game ever created? I don't know. I'm not a rockstar cock, a rockstar, what's the word I can think of? Rockstar shill. I wouldn't even consider GTA 5 to be the best video game ever created, to be honest. I don't even know if there is a best video game ever created. It's Steven Seagal? Where's his flaming shirt? That's not a seagull, that's a target. Hey, that I agree with. That, it's a drone. It's a government drone. Water looks the same. It's water, man. What do you want from it? You want it to glow? Want it to glow green? Dude, he's renovating his house. Do we get like home renovation mini games? Yo! They're really gonna make you do like a picking up trash mini game. There's no way they're not gonna do that. Like we could see it right here. They're totally gonna do that. They're 100% gonna have you do it seems like maybe she had like early bail, but under the premise of community service. They're gonna make you do community service. The community service mini games. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like GTA. It literally like, well, which is fine. That's completely that's completely, you know, that's completely normal. Man, I just want to see what the gameplay is like. I want to see what movement is like. Not that it matters, because I'm gonna have to buy the game a year later or 2 years later and wait for the PC release. I'm gonna be 30 by the time I can play this fucking game, man. I'm not buying it on console. What are you crazy? Don't disrespect me. The first 100 hours is spent in her prison cell. Yes! I thought you were 30? No, I'm not. Yet. I'm hoping they delayed to global release on all platforms. Major. That's 100% copium. Let's be real. Rockstar knows they can delay the PC release and make more money. They know they can do that. Because they know people will buy it on a console and then on a PC. Rockstar knows. They're the slimy. They're not the slimiest, but they're pretty fucking slimy. I would be genuinely surprised if they release on PC as well. Nope, no mention to PC. Not a single mention. PS5, Xbox X, and Xbox Series X and S. Not a single mention of PC in here. That does not. Yeah, that just reinforces my assumption that they're probably not going to release on PC. I was in my 20s when GTA 5 came out. I'm in my 40s. Dude, I was like... When GTA 5 came out, I was probably in like high school or something. My late 10s. I was in my late 10s. No release on PC ever. No, they're going to do it. It's because they know they're going to make a shit ton of money. Also, they've partnered up with the GTA RP people, so I would imagine they probably want to take advantage of that a little bit. I've already adjusted the fact that I won't play this game till at least 2028. I'm going to be honest. I'm probably just going to watch a stream for like the longest time. I'll probably just watch someone play it and then not really play it myself. Who would ever buy GTA on a console and PC? Nope, not me. Dude, there's so many people that I know have done it. Anyways. This game better take a month to finish the campaign if that billion budget is real. I get real salty when they milk PC players like that by delaying PC release by a year or more and then asking full price for it when it's basically years late. Well, what can you do? What can you do? This is Rockstar. Like, a lot of things showed in trailer won't be gameplay, but tons of NPCs doing various random things, imitating real life, etc. Yeah, I think so. Is it my fault then if I play it cracked? Hey. We're not about piracy in here, okay? Did I hear pirate software? Anti-piracy software. Anti-pirating of software. Small indie dev Rockstar needs your support. Purchase the game for $80 now, plus tax. And then on PC, another $80 plus tax. But releasing 2 years later. Have they announced if there's going to be GTA Online? I would assume there would be, right? Out of Delta. Next trailer is gameplay, not cinematics. Hey, don't fucking don't get ahead of yourself, brother. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. How you doing, fine? Okay. Well, hey, now onto a real game. Okay. Suit for hire. What I want to do, I know that there's been a lot of bug reports in the past week. So I'm gonna try to yeah, we got some bug reports, so. Did all that hype around that French game make you want to play it? French game. Are you talking about Expedition 33? They're probably delaying because of the online aspects? It's possible. It's very much possible. The left side panel Megamo, is that a custom tool? It's just an editor utility widget that I created. So I guess it's it is custom, yeah. You get stunned by the shotgun enemy while crouching. It looks really bad. Okay, hold on. Let me see what it looks like. Wait, what does our rocket guy look like? I forgot what he looks like. Brother, what happened to the rocket? Oh, well, whatever. Whatever, I'm not gonna fix that. Oh yeah, I wanted him to aim at the player's feet instead of directly at the player, because I feel like that would be... I should probably work on his animation a little bit too, shouldn't I? Yeah, I probably should work on the animation a little bit. Anyways, hold on. I need to test a couple of things. So we got a bunch of bug reports that I need to look into. The pistol enemy jumps over railing and aim further before the aiming indicator fills up. Oh right, that's the heavy enemy or the brute. Enemy threw a grenade at me and then someone shot and killed me before the grenade exploded upon hitting retry. Okay. We got a couple of these on the board. We put these on the board. We could also put this on the board. Stun enemy plus crouching. So what's going on there? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. What is this? What's wrong with it? Is it because it looks like? It's like Gok Gok 3000. You know what, man? I might keep it. I might keep the Gok Gok 3000. You know, I might just keep the Gok Gok 3000. Did I make the animations? Are they from Fab? It's a mix, but most of it's marketplace. So Fab, I suppose. But yeah, Expedition 33, I don't know. I'm not into turn-based games. I'm not really into it at all. You know, not really. It's not really my thing, you know? It's not really my thing. I wonder if we should do like a full body kind of thing. Wait, is this all of the elite enemies that have that bug? Grabbing elite enemy and throwing doesn't throw them to stand still. Now I'm curious, if I get like a grunt and I try to throw him. See, it works for him. I don't understand. Penguins made a video saying that people that say they don't like turn-based are missing out. Listen, man, that's okay. That's cool and all, but it's just not. It's probably just not my style of game. I don't play that many games, especially games like that. It's not even just necessarily like turn-based. It's just I don't really care for like games like that. I'd rather watch someone play it, and I watched some streams of it. It looks cool. I can definitely see the quality in it. It's just, I don't know. I just don't really play that many games, I guess. I'd rather just watch a playthrough. A lot more chill for me. I play games like Counter-Strike and Marvel Rivals. Arc Raiders was fun. Arc Raiders was a good time. Arc Raiders, that's like the type of games I play, I think. When I play games. I don't really play that many games. Crimson Desert. Hasn't that shit been in development for like the longest time? Now, I have played games in the past that are kind of turn-based style and games that I typically would not play. It's just, I don't know. It's just not a, I don't know. It's just kind of like, I don't really play that many games anymore. I can still appreciate the work that goes into it. Crimson only plays mobile games like the zoomer he is. Listen, man. You know a game I would play? I feel like a game that I would play would be... What's that game that NL plays? The Bazaar. That seems like like a fun, chill kind of game. Kind of laid back. I feel like I have too many stressful games and I don't play anything else. Man, I have no idea why when they get grappled, they kind of just don't care. Bizarre seems cool. I'd play it, but he kind of seems complicated. You know, I'd figure it out. Tarkov? I'm over Tarkov. Got a hairnet? How's it going? No way you don't play Sensual Adventures Treasure Island. Seems like my style game. Crimson Desert releases this year. You know what else also releases this year? Yeah, you guessed it. Suit of Hire. Thanks for adding third-person shooter feature. Motion sick people in the family can play now. I hope third person doesn't cause motion sickness. Why is the enemy? Why is it specifically the elite enemy that's able to run away and do goofy things? I see this. But they don't have a blocking state for their thing. Huh? Uh, Let's put a system in here that they can only start blocking if they're not grappled. I don't even know what can block is. What the hell is can block? I don't use it anywhere. Oh, it's a flat variable, right? That should fix this problem, right? I'm sure it'll fix this problem. Ah! Will I ever really finish developing this game though? We're getting very close. Now it's just kind of like fixing bugs, doing various things. Okay, so it's stun enemy. I probably won't be fixing this. Just because I feel like it doesn't really matter too much. I will be improving. I do need to improve. So now we're going into like improving features, improving things. Why is it bolded? There we go. Have you stopped thinking you're better than everybody? When did that start happening? Orange ground circle indicator, a heavy enemy disappear after enemy death. I love Borderlands, but family can't play it without motion sickness, so it's a solo campaign for me. Interesting. You know what? I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about, because I've played some games with my family a long time ago on like the Xbox or something, and I did feel very nauseated, but I think it was because like it was in like 30 or 60, like not 60 FPS. I feel like that's what it was that was making me nauseated. It was the TV. It was the TV that was like rough. Is Notion good now? When I had like 100 plus pages, it started lagging. I had at one point I was doing a calendar and I was keeping track of every day I was working. That got pretty laggy because there was like 300 something inputs and pages on that calendar. I don't have like an insane amount of pages on here, and it feels you know, it gets the job done. It gets the job done. I don't do stuff like the calendar thing anymore. I've not been tracking my hours or anything like that anymore. I don't know. I just can't really care about it. It was interesting to see how many hours I had, but where was it? Daily tracking. Yeah, the calendar lagged like fucking crazy in here. But you could see I was keeping track of a lot of my work and whatnot. Yep. I think that was my like New Year's resolution for 2023 was to keep track of all of my hours of working on stuff. And then when 2024 rolled around, I kind of just didn't really care. And then 2025, obviously, I just basically stopped doing that stuff. Pistol enemy jumping down, aiming indicator. I imagine this is the third person. Enemies can begin aiming at the player right after landing. Okay, I gotta see which indicator that's referencing. Brand new Notion page. It's gonna look so good for the new game. Main gun won't fire after certain events. Sometimes when opening a door, pressing a button or just kicking or pinching an enemy, the main gun won't fire when you left click. The only way to fix it is to punch, kick, or switch between weapons back and forth. It's to wait several seconds spamming the shoot button. I kicked open this door, the gun failed to fire for at least 2 guns. It happens very often after kicking a door, and the only way to cancel it is by punching, kicking, or switching guns. I've noticed this bug as well, and I have no clue how to fix it. So let's add that to the list. Sometimes kicking door causes player to not be able to fire a weapon. Got to figure out why that's happening. But yeah, we should hopefully be done this game by like Friday. Fingers crossed, and then by Monday we should be starting a new game on stream or doing something new, whatever that might be. But yeah. Okay, there's a lot in here. I prefer bugs being in separate things, but this door on the second map got blocked by a chair and wouldn't open smoothly, and then the chair flew away. It's a feature. The behind the back indicator stays even after the enemy that is targeting you is dead, and then it disappears. It would be great if it disappeared immediately when the enemy dies. Yeah, I agree with that. You can still target the enemies from this area and maybe cover it a little better. I'll let it happen. I'll let that one slide. I just thought about you when you do an execution on enemy, you become temporarily invincible and transparent so that the enemy attack from another doesn't register. It'd be cool if the attacking enemy cancels their animation instead, or reverts back to alert instead of swinging a bad sword or knife through the player. They technically are not supposed to attack, so enemies still attack player when executing an enemy. My weekend's gonna be amazing? No, it's gonna suck. I'm getting my Invisalign on Saturday. There's a large likelihood I'm gonna have like headaches and stuff. New game? I know, it's rare. It's been 4 years. Four years. That's, how many months is that? That's 48 months. 48 months of working on the same old thing. Started during COVID. Maybe the COVID got to my brain or something. The COVID got to my brain. You can shoot the enemies from the second floor in the train station. They can also spot you from down there and get aggroed. Interesting. Maybe we reposition enemies. If you reset the checkpoint when you have the ultimate for the main weapon, the color of the ammo on the bottom right changes back to white, but you still have the ultimate. Oh, that is actually quite a big bug. Resetting from checkpoint with deagles, with dual deagle ultimate, doesn't reset the ultimate. Okay, we'll look into that. You can shoot through the glass in the elevator even though it doesn't auto lock on enemies. I guess what's the solution here? We make the glass in this train station indestructible. I guess we'd have to make it indestructible. Guy at the construction site doesn't understand how to walk around a fence. As a feature. I hate the AI in my game. It's like using the UE4 movement, and I feel extremely limited by it because I don't know what it's like doing behind the scenes. Sorry, my heart just reset twice. I might just not fix that one. Just because I don't know. Like, I guess I could make it indestructible glass. Make surrounding elevator glass in trains indestructible. Because I guess in third person you can kind of cheat, but you can do that Third person, you can kind of do that in a bunch of places, so. When you're standing near the forklift and press the button, the enemy sometimes refuses to attack you, even though they've aggro. I've had this multiple times in the past. Did I have that? Didn't I have that marked down? Or did I not? I did not. Looking forward to what I do next. I have no clue what I'm going to do next, guys. I don't know. We could work on Ronin. We could work on that top-down kind of idle game I had as an idea where you just click on things and it's kind of chill and whatnot, and then you kind of have like a combat sequence or whatever to like take over little islands, and then you have the island permanently. It could be that. It could be the sword game that we were working on. It could be the zombie roguelite. We can go straight into that fucker. Full-time Arc Raiders streamer. I think Arc inspired me a bit. I ain't gonna lie. Arc Raiders did inspire me a bit. I really liked the physics stuff that they had going on and whatnot, and kind of was like, you know what, maybe this is kind of like some of the stuff I'd want to do. You have faith? Do a poll vote? No, man, I'm just gonna vibe it out. When you get locked in the container area, the enemies from the next area get aggroed if you're too close to the door for the next area. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Kind of annoying. I agree with that bug. Let's try to fix that. Enemies get aggroed in next area when in the container fight zone on shipyard. When you do the download intel mine, it feels like sometimes the enemies will spawn behind you, much like the enemy maps with a bug that I reported in the past. Be better if the enemy spawned behind the containers and walk towards the player, rather than just spawning behind you with a shotgun. They're technically not supposed to spawn behind you. How's life? How's Super Fire going? Many last weeks and days of game dev I saw. I don't know what you're talking about. It's April 6th, which is on my board. That's the game completion date, and we're doing real well to aim for April 6th. We're doing really well. In fact, it might well be today. Well, maybe not. There's a lot of bugs on this board, but and also localization, and then I got a bunch of other shit to do, and then we got to do this, and then you know, when you have the dual Akimbo ultimate for the deagle and you're holding a secondary weapon, the guy is still holding the second deagle in his offhand. That's a good point. I completely ignored that bug, mostly because I thought nobody would notice it, and well, there we go. Deagle, dual deagle still appears in offhand when wielding secondary weapon. I am Isho, yeah. Some of these I probably won't fix just because they're kind of just intentional. But I am marking down some of these other ones though. Let's see, where was I at? The behind back indicator lights up even when enemies are behind the walls and doors. Right. What I did is for the indicator, I made it so it appears when an enemy gets an attack token. Not when they're attacking, but when they get the token. What can I do there? Because I have noticed that as well in some of my playtests. Let me mark this as in progress. Let me far away or behind a wall. Let's see. Let's put that there. Yeah, I will probably do that. Check if they're behind a wall. The thing is, though, I need to check when they are about to get back into sight. So I need to constantly check for this. I'll see how I did the indicator. I don't remember how I did it. I think it's its own separate actor, so I might be able to do a check for it. If you don't use the C4 when you get to the boss part, still in the inventory, maybe just do... Yeah, I agree with that, just to kind of clear up the screen a bit. The reason door in the beginning of the level could be seen glowing through a wall. I could fix it, but I might just ignore it. I might just ignore this one specifically. It looks kind of shit, but I'll see if it becomes a big, like, nuisance, a visual nuisance. It's a bit of a visual nuisance, but showing the indicator when enemies are behind the wall. Yep, got that one. When you jump through this window, it's very likely the guy jumps over the railing and falls to his death on the other side. Wait, what do you mean? It's like the guy jumps over the railing and falls to his death. How does he jump? It's very likely the guy jumps over the railing and falls to his death on the other side. How does he jump over it? I don't even have a jump thing there. Okay, wait, hold on a second. How is that happening? Oh, the player does. Oh, the player does. Maybe we extend this railing a little bit, you know what I mean? Okay, guess I'll just fall and die then. Maybe we extend this railing a little bit. There you go. Problem solved. Now if you fall, well, skill issue, I guess. There you go. Problem solved. Right next to the office with keys on the same map, enemies are trying to throw grenades at me through the wall, even though they can't see me. This leads to enemies essentially unaliving themselves. Yeah. Yeah, that is a bit of a problem. Let's put this next to the other grenades issue. Pretty sure they're supposed to have a thing for that. Fell down into the pit like 4 times in a row. I think it's a lot more prominent in third person, which I think is why I never really thought of that. But I think by extending that railing, it should be better. It should be a bit better. You got a whole list of stuff here. You can see the pickup square graphics through the wall. Don't know if this is intended or not. That's for a weapon. It's very specifically a third-person issue because in top-down you would see the gun. Yeah, I'll say that's like a non-issue. I don't think it's like that big an issue. After you get the key and come down to the lobby game, it'd be cool if there were more enemies. I've thought about that. I have thought about that for sure. Yeah, let me figure that out. I think maybe the reason why I didn't put enemies down there is because I actually don't know if there's a checkpoint down there. We'll have to see though. The graphics, I have motion blur turned off, but when I went to the option, it was not selected as on or off in the picture. Right, I think someone else posted something about that. It's like a high level issue because I think that problem occurs when you affect some of the post-processing settings and then it fucks with all of these things, which is really annoying. So that's this issue. Bug, changing post-processing quality setting affects other PP settings. Example, motion blur. Okay. I might be able to fix that just by forcing the post-process to go through with the other post-process settings. We'll see if that can fix. In the art exhibition map, spiral part, enemies don't always get aggroed even though their buddies get shot right in front of them. I think this is an overall AI issue that we could potentially fix. This is like a potential overall AI thing we could do here. Although, like, he is technically looking away, not here, albeit he should probably see it. Yeah, that spiral's a weird one. The spiral is a bit of a shit spot. I really don't like that area. Yeah, the PP settings. Put some models from free use in your game in here. How much? If I have extra time, I'll look into that one. The club mission feels weird that the enemies are just standing where they should get aggroed. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Let's see here. Miami club, make enemies in club area aggro at a certain point. I think there might be an aggro box, but it might be right in the center here. It's possible. But yeah, I agree. You guys kind of looking weird spots. Yeah, to third person late development, there's some things that are not fully implemented. Yeah, there's some little quirks here and there for sure. SMG aim is probably the worst compared to main pistol and secondary pistols. Yeah, I might reduce the recoil on that thing because I feel like no one's going to want to use this gun, so... Not recoil, reduce spread on SMG. This is actually intended, but I might make it so maybe you have to kill all of them. Make it so all enemies need to be killed in Miami club kill zone. We'll call it the kill zone. All right, I think that's all of it. Let me double check. Yeah, this one I probably won't be fixing, the ID one, just because it's such a huge thing to try to fix and it could produce so many issues. So we're stuck with Thinwick. Thinwick it is. Thinwick.exe. It'll work, huh? How's it going? Knives and throw it or flash grenades. Sliding. See, I would have done this. Past me wanted to do this. I wanted to make it so if you sprinted and then clicked your crouch button, it would go into a slide. And then I was like, what if we make it so you can trip enemies? See, these are the kind of things I would have had in the game if I went further with it. But I'm just kind of like, maybe I'll put that towards the next game. You know, Ronin, I'll probably do shit like that. Okay. Never made knives a weapon, but bats and katanas are. Yeah, I kind of kept the knife just for executions because the player technically has a knife. It's a bit of a flaw in the game's design, admittedly. Okay, we got our work set out for us. Let me double check the list here. Let me also double check. I think Steam. There was a bug. There's a few challenge bugs. First, my mission seems to have a bug challenge. Get 5 kills while using an enemy's shield. I completed the challenge a couple times, but even if I got... So this was apparently in the vanilla version, doesn't work. So it's possible I might have fixed it. Deflection of a riot shield seems to not work. Do we have a challenge in the game that requires you to deflect a bullet on a shield? Because I'm pretty sure I removed that. Eliminate 3 enemies by ricocheting bullets into mirrors. Okay. Kill 1 enemy with a deflection from a riot shield. Ah, shit. I removed that. I literally removed the deflection. Oh shit. We should probably remove that one then. I'm just double checking that none of these... Why do we need so many damn levels in this game? Okay, so we need to remove this in small detour. Some have 2 challenges, can just remove the challenge. I could. This is true. I could just remove it. And you know what? I think I will. You know what? I think I will. I think I will remove it. The first Miami mission seems to have a bug challenge. Get 5 kills while using an enemy as a shield. So kill dash body shield. Let's double check that that is set up correctly. Um, erm, erm, What is death? Enemy death. Kill undetected. Stat body shield kill. Wait, I did this wrong. This means if this enemy is grappled, then it adds the stat. But we need to check if the player is grappling. Bug, body shield stat not adding properly. Do I have any challenges for long shots? I don't think so. I don't want to expect the player to do that, but we technically can now, because do we mark it down as a stat? We don't mark it down as a stat, but I definitely can if we wanted to. Like we could like off-screen kills. The thing is, that challenge would be so much easier on third person. Which, you know, whatever, fuck it, you know. Maybe certain flaws in the game are actually good things. Is that an enum for your stats? Yeah. So I have a whole list of stats. And then this gets added on the game instance. I have a map. I think it's a map. It's a big map that has the value and then a float value. I think it's a map. I think it was a map. I don't remember. And that's how we do our stats. That's basically it. It works. It gets the job done. Is there a better way of doing it? Probably. There probably is. Yeah. Now this is problematic. Gameplay tag? Yeah, probably could have done a gameplay tag. But I kind of just went with an enum. I just went with an enum at the time. So we don't want to check if this enemy is grappled. We want to check if the player is grappling in general. Let's maybe do an interface for that then. Is player grappling? Yeah, oh shit, hold on. Unreal? Just don't crash, please. Hello? Hey! Fine. Coffee break, I guess. There we go. I think I have to close it and then reopen it. Oh, I didn't compile this. I'm an idiot, apparently. Oh shit, what did I call it? Man, why did I, oh god. Inventory grapple. Recent body shield. Oh right, this is a different thing. That will give us the thing that we need. I should start another bug thread. It's Jover for Krim. Dude, I'm all good for bug reports. Like this is great. That way when we release 1.0, I don't get a bunch of negative reviews that says game buggy. Game buggy and shit. Yeah. Okay, so this we can fix. Is player grappling. Get player character. There you go. So that should now start adding that stat properly. Also, chapter 5 trunk, countering the third attack of a knife flurry. Did it several times, but the computer says no. This we fixed. Remove right shield deflection and corresponding challenge. Fixed. There you go. I don't want him to have to scroll down to the first one, then he can mark the first one done. Hey, I appreciate it. Generally, I wouldn't mind having different threads per bug, but I understand that's a lot of extra work, so I'm not going to ask for that. You lose your command. The noise for losing command doesn't always play. Yeah, this only occurs when... this only occurs if you lose at 5 combo, I think. Maybe I could make it appear at 3 or 4. I think it only plays after 5 combo, though. My construction site part 2, maybe just a small sign with an arrow pointing right, since on the left there's like nothing. Yeah, I could put an arrow there. I could slap an arrow there, slap an arrow, hey. Orange arrow on Miami eviction. I think that's eviction. Yeah, it looks like eviction. You can get to top of this part, maybe just block off the path to the left so it's obvious that the red door is where you continue the first time I'm getting through here. I went all the way to the left on that path. Let's put something over there. Let's put something over there. We could put some over there. We could put. I have to actually put a couple secrets in other places. Hey, nobody spread this, okay? Don't tell anybody. Third attack of a knife flurry. Did I somehow break that? Let's see. Did I somehow break that? There should be a stat for that. Counter third knife attack. That's gonna be kind of hard now. Back then it was a bit easier. Ow. Because he doesn't launch as far ahead anymore. That's actually kind of annoying. Counter third attack, 0. Fuck! Shit! Ah! How do I even check for that? Check for third attack counter. If the damage is more than 50. Right? When did I that must be the problem. I must have edited this. Right. Got a Kermit voice. Redemption here. Kermit the Frog. When the code does not work as intended. Wait, I can't do the voice anymore. Kermit the Frog here. When the code does not work as intended, well, that was not in the script or the laws of physics, for that matter. Hooray! 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 I can't do the voice anymore. What's wrong with me? I think I'm sick. I think I'm getting sick. I think I'm getting sick. Okay, I think I know why it was broken. My dumbass didn't set it up properly. Now, we try again. One! Um... Um... Should be fixed in the next 1.0 update. Additionally, the body shield, the riot shield deflection mechanic was removed, so the challenge was also removed. I think that was everything. Okay. It's a good thing that I received those bug reports, because that would have been bad. I've been worried actually that all of the challenges have not been achievable, because there's so many of them that anything could go wrong at any point in time. Hell, there could be some broken ones still right now. I might have broken some. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, lasers reflecting off mirrors. I thought about this. I have no clue. I have no clue how I could go about doing this. That's scope creep. It is a bit of scope creep. I'll just let it slide. Art exhibit enemies don't react very well in this zone. Which zone? Stupid. Fuck. This zone. Yeah. Past me is trying to sabotage current me. Fucking bullshit. All right. We got a big list. Nice. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work ahead of ourselves. This list used to be small. Now, no longer. I need to remember every time we fix a bug in here, we need to start marking down these bugs at the very least. Except maybe not the third person ones. Those don't need to be put on the list, but the other one, yeah. Sorry for that. No, don't apologize. I gotta get to it at some point, anyways. And best to do it before the 1.0 update. So I'd rather the 1.0 be a nice, like, rounded, polished, you know, experience. Yeah. First though, so then that way we get these enemy stuff out of the way. I think what I might do is start throwing some of these enemies in some of the levels. Can we play as a woman yet? I did a really bad job of putting in female or feminine features in the character customization, but I tried my best. There's a few. There's a couple. Yep, there's a couple. Yeah. Was there anything else that I needed to do in the character customization, actually? I don't think so, right? I think we got all the icons and everything. Oh, we just need the eyebrow option there. It's all done. It's all done. This is all done. Is there a minecart level with a wheelbarrow instead? A minecart level. What do you think this is? Minecraft? What do you take this for? Delayed until June? No, we should be able to get this stuff all done this week. And luckily, it's just Tuesday. It's just Tuesday. Right? It is just Tuesday, right? It is. Okay, good. Okay, just had to double check. I don't know, man. It's an indie game and these do weird shit all the time. Hold on. I gotta check if my delivery packages have arrived. I bought a new tamp and a distributor for my distributor. Is that what it's called? The hell is this called? Distribution tool. WDT distribution tool. It's just a fucking thing of plastic and some needles to distribute my coffee puck, my espresso. I've been wasting a lot of money as of late. It's been really not very good. Okay, this is an easy one that we could fix. Grenades do not despawn after dying or retrying from checkpoint. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. I have noticed that as well. This is a reference to boss grenade. They have despawn. Uh-oh. Um... Oh, this one does not, for some reason. Okay, that bug should be fixed. Fixed. Grenade enemies throw grenades even if they don't see the player. Let's take a look. At grunt, throw grenade, throw grenade, throw grenade, throw grenade. Right here, throw grenade. It does not check if the player is in sight. Has line of sight. Line of sight too. Uh-huh. Let me find references to this because I'll be able to see if we have any specific line of sights too. We do not have a viewpoint specifier. Wait, what? Stimulus location. Why is it using the stimulus location for the viewpoint? Um... This might be broken, actually. No wonder some of the enemies function in a bit of a weird way. Because this might be broken. Hmm. I got some new desk notebooks for my desk. I should see if those arrived before I go for a hike. You should go for a hike. Before it gets too late. Hike's a good time. So let's just do a check if we have line of sight to them. If true, if false, we're going to say... Wait, why do we call fail and not success? Oh, this is when they die. So I'll say this is a non-success if they don't have line of sight. Okay, that should fix that issue. So now, let's test it though, before I... assume anything. He can throw a grenade, right? Can he? I actually don't know if he can throw a grenade. I don't know if the knife enemy can actually throw a grenade. Um, oh, there you go. You threw a grenade. It took a bit, but he did it in the end. And he did do the trace, and it worked. So that should be fine now. Yeah, orange ground circle indicator have enemy doesn't disappear after enemy death. Okay, so that is specifically he does the ground slam and it doesn't disappear until after he dies. Let me see where that is. We destroy the shield. Okay. Uh-oh. How do we do this? How do we do the brute? Brute slam indicator. Okay. Let's keep this open because we might need this. Let's also go to the behavior tree or the brute. Here it is. Play slam attack, which I believe is the one that we want to play. Plays an anim montage. Jace. Goodness gracious. Oh, stop that. Stop it. Stop. So we get the pawn owner. We could maybe specify as owner. The problem is we don't delete the owner. Well, maybe we do. Hold on. I gotta quickly go to the restroom. Here's some gameplay. I'll be right back. Give me like a minute or two or 3 or 4 potentially. Hold on. Hey, it's just sipping boba off screen. Bro, I was taking a fat dumpy in the toilet. Sorry, too much information. Now, too much information would be telling you the texture of said... Never mind. Anyways, so the Brute Slam. I don't know if the owner indicator is going to be enough because he's technically not being deleted. He's technically not being deleted. So what if we... God, it's kind of annoying that we spawn the Brute Slam here rather than on the enemy themselves. That would make more sense. Let's just do this. On the Brute, let's call it Current Slam. And it's fine that we do a reference to this because... yeah, that's just fine. We can cast 2 because this Brute needs to be loaded in for us to even get the damn thing. Okay, so we set the current slam. Oh, right, there we go. Here, let me just clear that. There we are. I might go make another coffee, though. That's a good idea. It is a good idea. Not right now, but... I was able to make a bit of a better espresso this time around. Less water came through, which is good, because there was too much water before. Still too much, but much better. And it was actually pretty damn good, man. But I don't know, dude. I can't do like just a full-on just espresso. Like just the espresso. It's so strong. I found out what a physics issue I was having in my game was after not wanting to investigate in the past 2 months. That's me right now looking at this list, but I'm still getting through it. Honestly, it's about just saying, hey, fuck it, and then you go in. And admittedly, it's honestly not that big of a problem. So when the enemy dies, we want to check if the slam is available. And if it is, destroy. If not, then skip it. So now when we kill the enemy ahead of time, it disappears. Perfect. Orange, attack, circle indicator when Brute does slam attack, doesn't disappear after death. So that should be fixed. Enemies can begin aiming at the player right after landing from a jump. I worked as a barista. You have to press down the powdered coffee and the handle really well. It needs to yeah, I actually bought a new tamper because of that. I initially bought a tamper that has a tamp and a distributor on top, but it's so shit because it's not pushing down enough. I think you need to have like 18 grams for that thing to like work properly. I can't like extend it far enough, so I bought an actual proper tamper for that. So I haven't been changing my grind size too much yet because I know my tamp is just not, I don't think it's I don't think I'm putting enough pressure in the tamp. And I know I'm not putting enough pressure in the tamp, and I'm pretty sure that's most of the problem because this morning when I took out the fucking portafilter, part of the puck was stuck It was just sticking to the top of the sticking to the top of the espresso machine. And I'm like looking at it. I'm like, where's half of the coffee? Where'd it go? And I look underneath and I'm like, oh, it's stuck to it. Yeah. So I bought an actual proper tamper to do that properly. I'm gonna return that other thing. So funny. Yeah, I bought a like a little, like, it's like a silicone thing that you put on the edge of your countertop. I bought that for that, so that should help. I found out it was where I wasn't clamping my physics to a fixed time step when I thought I did that, so I didn't edit. I have this FPS set to 60. Package build is running at 300 FPS and the player would fly up in the air when jumping. Oh, classic. Classic not attaching to delta time issue. I don't ever want to deal with doing my own physics. Although maybe I should probably learn about it. I should probably learn about it anyways, but oh, you know, whatever. Okay, next bug. Enemies can begin aiming at the player right after landing from a jump. That's because they get an attack token immediately after landing. Enemies can begin aiming at the player right after landing from a jump. Okay, so let's test this out. Let's make a little environment for ourselves. Let's get a merc, because I'm assuming this is a merc that did that. Let's rotate him so then he spots us immediately. And then let's put a navigation drop. Actually, I think it was a vault, but either one should work. So let's go from left to right. I think it was left to right. Yep. Yeah, they should maybe have like a little bit of a delay when they drop down before being able to attack. Let me see how I can potentially go about doing that. There should be a section here for the landing. On landed. Stop movement immediately. I know I have an attack cooldown thing that I use, but man, I have no clue if it's actually doing anything. And I'm pretty sure it's just for AI logic. It does a tag and it adds a gameplay tag. But where am I getting this gameplay tag? Can I get the gameplay tag manually myself? Let's do that. Let's see. Behavior tree. I don't think I can manually get the cooldown. I have here get tag, but it needs to behavior tree component. Behavior tree component? The fuck is that? Reset the behavior tree of the controller. What is the behavior tree component? Default behavior tree asset. I can't even get the component from that. So get tag cooldown end time. 0 of cooldown tag is not found. So I would assume that would mean that it does not have a cooldown. I have no clue how to get this behavior tree component. God, that's fucking infuriating. Let me see. Maybe I have a timer for attacking. The price I paid, I've played 80 hours already? There's no... Wait, really? You've played 80 hours of Super Hire? Done the game on Legendary twice. Glad to help. Hey, I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. I'll probably issue... Is your name already on the credits for the game? Or testers? Let me double check. Let's make sure. Thanks to our testers as well. Don't think so? Let's change that. I can see the fucking thing. I'd like to preview what this looks like. Can I please? I need to preview this. There we go. Okay, it apparently just disappears when I scroll down. How far can I see it? Okay. And that would go into column 1. There you go. Got you on the list. Somewhere. It should be somewhere. This stupid scroll box. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out a better way of doing a credits screen for the next game, because that was awful. Alright. Yeah, totally, man. It's the least I can do. It's like a little shout out. So we have grappled has died executing enemy. Thrown velocity. We should have a section in here. I could make it. Goblet, more like last to finish his game, Crimson. I'm getting there. Starship Troopers, I'm doing my part. Hey, thank you. Is Pun playing a montage? Not playing a montage. Actually, where do we play the animation when they land? So I believe this means that our cooldown, this cooldown tag, wait, what? Is this how that works? Apparently. It would appear that this is how this works. No PC logo at the end of the new GTA 6 trailer? I know, I pointed that out. I pointed that out when I was watching it. I was like, guys, it's not there. Did I not? I'm pretty sure I copied all of this, right? Didn't I control C all of this? Why didn't it let me paste it? Okay, there we go. I was worried. I was about to get very worried right there. All right, so we put the attack cooldown, but I also do notice this cast too. So I can, let's see. A little bit unsafe doing a pure cast, but I would imagine this is how this would work. You would get the tag and you would check if it equals 0. And then that would equal, hey, we can attack, we don't have a cooldown. If that's the case, that'd be very cool. Let's make sure that we do 1 second duration. We don't want it to be too long when they land. Ooh, this doesn't work. Get cooldown end time. The cooldown tag end time 0 if the cooldown tag is not found. Okay, hold on. Can't attack is true? He's in the air. Oh, maybe that's what the problem is that he's in the air. False. True. False. 4.919849. $4.919849. Guys. Have to buy a console at their new price of $700. Yeah, I'm not buying a new console just to play fucking GTA 6. I don't care enough personally. I really don't. This is constantly spitting out 4.9, which is not correct. We're gonna be playing Ronin by then? Maybe, maybe. I was thinking about testing UEVR mod with my Quest 2 as well, see if there's any fun bugs in VR. If there's any very specific VR bugs, I don't know if I'll fix it unless it's like game breaking, like you're not able to play it. I don't know how you get the UEVR profile. I would ask in Discord. I think there was somebody that was doing the whole UEVR thing, and that's why I added the setting. I don't know how you do the whole UEVR profile thing. I'm not sure how that works. Is this still 4.9? It is getting a behavior tree component. It is getting something. But it's just spitting out 4.9. That's so weird. This tag just keeps spitting out the same thing. Let's do tag cooldown. 2.5 seconds. 1 second. 2.5 seconds. Download the UVR in GitHub and then you run it and inject it in the game. Watch a guy how to do it and then I can write it out in Discord. Cool, yeah. I just I know there's a whole profiling thing. It gives you like a UI to change like how things work. And apparently you can give that out online for other players to. I don't know how that works. That part I don't know. The other parts I understand. It's just when it comes to like using a profile. Like I tried my best to. I think some of the UEVR stuff needs to do some of the heavy lifting. I just made it so some of the in-game features are disabled or whatnot. First, I'm here now because I can't fix my rendering engine. It's so annoying. Well, the fact that you're embarking in such a challenge is respectable nonetheless, because I would not be able to. I would not be able to. Yeah, for some reason our attack cooldown is just constantly 4.9. Which is concerning. So here's what we're going to do, actually. I'm going to delete this. And I actually want to go in the event tick of this guy. And I kind of just want to print string this to see if it's changing at all. Or if it's bugged. Or if it just doesn't work. Who knows? Maybe it just prints out 4.9 constantly. It's just 4.9. Is it because of the pure cast? $5.2? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is doing. Not 4.9. That's true. That's true, man. Now it's just fucking with you? It's just being an asshole. This thing is just an asshole. It's like the one thing in the entire thing I'm doing rendering because I want to do physics engine. I want to spend the least time for modeling. Yeah, I'm searching my mistakes since like 2 weeks. I hate doing that. Maybe make like a post on Reddit or something, or on a Discord. I have no clue. I don't know. Get tag cooldown end time. Man, that not fucking work. Hold on. UE4 get tag cooldown end time. This shit doesn't work. This shit does not work. I don't know how to make it work. Let me open up. Let me take a look at the C++. That's funny. The cooldown time is just a tag, a map. It's a map with a tag and probably a float value. Yep, returns a float value. And it goes on the brain component. I don't know what the fuck the brain is, man. Goes on the AI controller. So in the AI controller, it has the behavior tree, but that's a component I created. Brain. Cooldown. Man. This also, I believe, is broken. This I'm going to have to test. Now I'm here so I can remember I'm not the only dev suffering. Hey, welcome to the crew, man. Hey, welcome. We do be suffering here. Get brain component. Component responsible for behaviors. Brain. The brain component. This shit's trolling me, bro. It's just trolling me. It is getting it is going through and sending valid. Now it's 4.96. This is a fucking joke. Ah! Dude, I think that was just at the beginning because he doesn't have an AI controller, so that's fine. We can ignore those. This doesn't fucking work. Get tag cooldown end time. I don't even know if these tags work at all. This like attack cooldown thing. I don't know if the tag cooldown even... One thing I know I can do, I did notice, when he's falling, he can get an attack token. So that is probably why he's instantly attacking. Okay, that's a little better. He does suppressing fire. Which he probably shouldn't. Probably should not be suppressing fire. If he can't fire, then he shouldn't fire at all. Then it's just going to seem weird. Like, do we even use the cooldown tag anywhere? I don't think we do. I set it, and I don't even know if I'm actually using it. Okay, clearly we're not using this, so... Goodbye. Yeah, let's check that we can actually fire. I don't want him to fire without the ability to do so. Okay. I think we've improved it a little bit. He shouldn't get his token while falling. Seems improved. I just spent 40 euros on gyoza, ebi free, and loempias. I don't even know what those are. I know what gyoza is, but I don't know what those are. Yep, sounds like me when I spend money. Wait, hold on. How did he fire while he was falling? Alright, it's mostly fine. Okay. Yeah, the Korean pot stickers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Delicious, dude. Those things are delicious. They're delicious, man. They're delicious. I remember, I have one vivid memory. I had a Korean friend in middle school, and I went over to his house one time, and his mom made gyoza, and dude, they were so good. They were so good. Automatically not racist? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, was that racist? I had a Korean friend? Is that... They were so good, though. They were so, like, fresh and crunchy. I remember them being crunchy. It's fucking delicious. Enemies can begin aiming at the player right after landing from a jump. So I think now it's a little bit reduced because they shouldn't shoot. Well, here, there he shot while in midair, which is stupid, but. Man, I could just set like a variable like can attack, and I think we do have one. Let me close these things that we don't need. Throw grenade, we don't need that anymore. Grunt, we don't need that. Enemy token agent, sure. I think this calls can attack to give the token. Oh wait, I have to fucking do that through the manager. Still working on that bug. It takes some time. Sometimes bugs are a simple fix, sometimes not so much, unfortunately. I worked in a kitchen. My chef was Korean. It was all about Korean chicken wings. I had a like Korean. There's a Korean fried chicken place that opened. It's called, what's it called? BHC, I think. BHC chicken. It was kind of weird. It was very crunchy, but it almost kind of tasted a little bit like cereal. I don't know if they like specifically put that in like in the fried mix. Some like little cereal or something. But that was it was interesting. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. I know what you mean with the cereal taste. Right. It was a little sweet. Almost like what cereal am I thinking of? What's the cereal I'm thinking of? What's that like really vanilla cereal, but it's like not I don't know if it was Rice Krispies. Cereal types. No, not Fruit Loops. It was like cereal types. Hold on, hold on. Let me find it because I don't remember what the name of it was. Where is it? Which one was it? Dude, I can't even think of it. It's like that like kind of wavy looking one. Oh, it's this one. Is it Kellogg's? Hold on, Kellogg's cereal. Wait, is it Kellogg's? Yeah, cornflakes. It's kind of like cornflakes a little bit. It had a little bit of a cornflakes taste to it. I don't know if they put cornflakes into the like the breading mix. Maybe they like to add a bit of crunch, but it had a little bit of a sweet taste to it. It had a little bit of a sweet taste to it. So this thing's a piece of shit. The cooldown tag duration thing. Crushed cornflakes are often used instead of typical breadcrumbs. That's interesting. Pretty sure unsweetened cornflakes are actually a very common batter coating. So maybe it was unsweetened, but it kind of tasted a little sweet. Kind of tasted a little sweet. Add cooldown tag duration to the behavior tree. Why can't I get the proper value of this? I wonder if these are even working at all. The number isn't going, the tag duration is not going down. I think I'm just gonna have to make my own system with a timer, which fucking sucks. Do we have a can attack system? Is this the Cyberpunk hype trailer? No, this is from that one game that says it has gun fu, but it's kind of like you shoot a guy like 16 times in the head and he doesn't die. Is that game? I'm sure you probably know what I mean. Spine. That's what it was. Spine. For some reason I couldn't. It literally says it right there. Spine. Yeah, my brain doesn't function the same way anymore these days. It does not work the same way. Why doesn't this work? Can I make my own cooldown system? Like, how do you make your own cooldown system? Add cooldown tag duration. None of I feel like map of timestamps and tags and then tick. I use a set timer, then once the ability is used, it's on CD, and then add the time to the timer to automatically clear the timer event. Excuse me? I set timer, once ability timer, clear timer. With abilities is on CD, add the time to the timer. It's a map of timestamps and tags, and then tick. Cooldowns are just current time minus previous time? Ain't no way. So it is just a timestamp. of game time. So maybe that's why when I try to get the time of the thing, I end up getting 4.9. But it's constantly 4.9. And it doesn't reduce. Like at all. And nothing adds 4.9 or 5 seconds or whatever to the cooldown duration. Poopa shit. Poopy. This is a bit of a larger issue because this just means that the cooldown system doesn't actually work. We put this everywhere and it doesn't actually do anything. What the hell? It's a piece of shit. That also is extremely confusing. He's not supposed to attack or do suppressive fire if he can't attack. Yet, he still is. We have an is not falling. Returns true of currently falling, not flying, in a non-fluid volume, and not on the ground. Do I set him to flying? Wait. I feel like I have the opposite problem. When developing, I polish whatever I'm doing to hell, and that makes me slow at everything else. I think it's like one of those skills you learn. You kind of just develop a muscle of what to focus on. And when to call the thing done. He's still fucking shooting! Stop! I'm gonna puke. I thought I fire, weapon, suppress, can attack. True. Okay, I literally do a check, and he still goes through with it. It's because there's a delay. Oh. So, oh, that makes sense. Why is there a delay? Why is there a delay? What's the reasoning for the delay? He's shooting right after shooting. What? Yeah, I guess we'll just put it in there, but what I'll do... Why is it 1.3? Brother. Brother. Behavior tree? I really fucking hate behavior tree. When I go into UE5, I'm going to definitely try my hand at State Tree instead and see how State Tree feels. Everybody's saying State Tree feels good or feels better. I don't know. I gotta try it myself. Gotta give it a try myself. Gotta see for myself. Okay, so he should no longer do suppressing fire while falling. But he can still attack immediately right after falling on the ground. It X Moon. All right, well, okay, it should be improved. They don't immediately get the token while they're falling, so should be improved a little bit. Maybe not like not exactly, but that Mob Imperial still the Stormtrooper? Yep, he do be. Okay, now I need to figure out why kicking down a door causes our player to not be able to fire. Oh, that's just the thing. You broke the breakable doors? No, this has been like a random bug we have where you like can't shoot after kicking down a door. I'm not sure why. I kind of want to try Arc Raiders. It was fun, man. Now you gotta wait until it releases, because the playtest ended. I only got to play like 2 hours. I think I only got to play what I played on stream. That's basically all I played. Is it specific to a certain gun? I don't think so. I think it happens on all guns. Am I buying it on release? I'll see how it's like on release, but apparently from tech test 1 to tech test 2, it was like a huge improvement. So I believe in Embark. Is it going to be free to play? No, they're going to be charging for it, which honestly, I think, personally, in my opinion, I think that's the best idea, personally. I hate this free to play. Like, I think they're going to do a battle pass, which is fine. It's just mostly for cosmetics, and I think some resources that you can just get in the game anyways, just by looting a bunch of shit. We'll see how it is. We'll see how it is. Only time will tell. But I had a blast playing the tech test. I think they're going in a really good direction. The PvP was pretty fun. PvE was really fun. I loved the how terrifying the enemies were. Try the Deagle. I think it happens on the main pistol as well. Let me see here. Hold on. Let's see. Let's first see what are the potential things that would cause the player to not be able to shoot. Let's first check that. I swear I've looked through this before and I was like confused. Let's go directly at the beginning here. Fire weapon. Secondary, we check for the secondary weapon. Cast failed, so this is where we'd want to go. We also have a can fire boolean there. Yeah, I'll look in the kick as well. I'm just looking in the firing first to see if there's anything in here that stands out. I think it might have something to do with the dashing. I think it might have something to do with the dashing. Ah. We watched trailer 2 at the very beginning of the stream. Happens on the beta branch. I don't know if I've ever been able to reproduce it on let me see if there's anything that looks off in here. I know we have the input buffer stuff. We check if a montage is playing. This should return. So if we can do any of this. None of these should be active. Not reloading. Let me check this. Can fire. Can fire. True. When we dodge, we set it to false. When we dodge or sidestep, we set it to false. We don't reset can fire in here. Oh, we might toggle the flashlight. That might be what we're doing. Yeah. Okay, so we do turn it to true. You wouldn't even be live yet if it wasn't for the... No, I woke up early. I was about to go live, and then I just saw the GTA trailer release. So either way, I would have been live early. Are you doing Bluetooth? Is it trying to click the grab key? Maybe it's trying to interact with it. Wait, hold on. Dude, I should be able to reproduce this in-game. Try the mission with a door. The dev level might not trigger it. I think it should trigger it because it's just the same. How does third person work now? Can you switch it on the fly? You can switch it on the fly by hitting P, which I think you can also cut. You should be able to customize that setting. So yes, all of the doors are the same. So that's why I'm thinking on the dev, we should be able to do it in the dev level. I think it's just a case of figuring out why. As you kill 3 enemies and then kick the door, try to kill enemies on the other side of the door and it doesn't work. All right, well. I didn't know you could. I guess that counts as a counts as a kick, I guess. I don't know. If you punch or kick after the door is kicked open. Yeah, I've experienced the bug before. I just have no clue how to reproduce how to reproduce it so I can test it. My only problem. Grabbing. Let's see. I wonder if it could be an issue with dashing. I don't think so. Let's check in here. This should just play it. I don't think there's anything in the primary weapon, but let's check. Primary weapon. Yeah, nothing in here screams out, I'm broken to me. And it's funny, it always has to do with the door. Doors in games are cursed. They truly are. What are some potentials? Man, I don't know how. I need to be able to reproduce this for me to be able to fix it and figure out where the problem is. I don't think it's in here. I don't think it's in the master primary. It has to do with something in here. Try putting down some enemies, fight the enemies, and then try to kick the door. I don't think enemies are part of the equation. But let's slap a couple in here. Maybe it is just a package build issue. I love door physics. Don't know. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if it's the queue, the input queue, fucking it. Might be fixed on your branch. I don't think so because I've experienced the issue before. I just need to figure out what it is. How's that door standing? Magic? Yeah, I put a little like a metal pole holding it up in the ground. Yeah, let's move on to the other bug. Yeah, well, let's move on to the other bugs for now. Third person out of sight attack indicator doesn't doesn't disappear when the enemy dies. That should be an easier fix. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I'm doing a reference of actor and not the actual enemy pawn. Am I stupid? Like, what? Uncommented code? The code is self-explainable. I don't need commented code. Do I set their lifespan immediately? If the attacking actor is not valid, let's just destroy ourselves. I don't know if that would work. Yep, that doesn't really work. You know what I can do? I think we give them dead as a tag. Yep, we're gonna check this every tick. Okay, I think it's all good. I think we fixed it. Alright, there we go. Problem solved. Third person out of sight attack indicator doesn't appear when enemy dies. Done. Third person out of sight attack indicator sometimes appears when the enemy's far away or behind a wall. Here we just do a distance check. We could just do line of sight. But that requires a controller. Now let's just do player, controller, and other is going to be attacking actor. There we go. That's fine. That's fine. Line of sight 2. Has line of sight. Anything that makes more sense. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a test of this guy here and this guy here. We're going to turn this guy towards this guy. So he sees that he dies. We're going to extend the wall. Okay, that seems a little better. It kind of appears right when he attacks, but okay, I would say that's fixed as well. Sometimes kicking door causes players not to be... Okay, so let's put this above here. Enemy still attack the player when executing enemy. Dude, I don't know. I don't know why that's occurring. Enemies can aggro player on the train map. So here's what I'm thinking to fix that. I'm just going to move them out of the way so they can't do that. Easy fix. We put them in a spot where you can't shoot them. I'm going to actually delete that brute. If you hit that guy, that's just tactical. I'll let it slide. These guys, what we'll do is we'll it changes the intro dynamic a little bit, but screw it. And then I think something we wanted to see, is that on the list or am I just letting it happen? Yeah, I think I'm just letting the player do it. Oh no, right here. Makes surrounding over glass and trains indestructible. So we have... What was it called? Unbreakable unbreakable glass. There you go. Reinforced glass. I'll let the player shoot through the door, because at that point, I think it's fair. I think once they reach this part, the player, even a top-down player, could also shoot through the glass. So we'll just say this is indestructible. Oh shit. The top and the bottom has the same glass. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we just make it indestructible. What was it? Reinforced glass? Was that what it was called? Whatever, screw it. There we go. Problem solved. Okay, this bug. How old am I? I'm turning 28 in a few months. Turning 28. RD7 enemies don't react very well in the spiral zone. We can fix that one next. I'm trying to fix the easy ones to fix, then we can shorten the list. Ah, that's the wrong level! Yep, Sass. Release date when? Soon? TM? Soon? You want to take the aggro player on the train one? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That should be fixed. Let me fix this one next. Art exhibit. Next one. Miami art exhibit. A release date probably next week. Hopefully. Maybe a little bit later because I do need to do some localization. That might take a bit. So their aggro path length is 3,000, yet for some reason some of these dudes do not react very well. Which one's it? Oh, is it this one? And he's not facing this guy. And I think I specifically made them face away from the spiral, so then... I wonder if their aggro system is kind of fucked. I'm going to turn some of these guys, which should kind of improve the aggro a little bit. But I might increase their aggro path length. Actually, will I? I don't know if it'll feel good. Okay, let's just leave it as is. There should be a little bit of improvement in here. Because I turned some of them towards the player. Okay, putting some of those in the back there, probably not a good idea, because the player will most likely miss them, or not see them. That should be improved. Should be improved. Should be. And this whole area is being unused. I know I wanted to make a separate level using up this spot, but we'll see what we can do there. And this spot too. I just, I don't really care for it too much right now, to be honest. Look at enemy spawning behind the player too close. Okay. Ugh. Trying to get some of these quick ones out of the way. I'm probably gonna head off soon, and I might get started working on the trailers, because I do need to get started on that. We need the reveal trailer ASAP. I need to contact my the localization company as well to see about getting these languages done. And then I gotta actually do some of this localization work anyways to make sure that all of this is working properly. I think there was a command, there's a console command to enable like leet speak, so then that way I can see what things are being grabbed by the localization system, if anything's being missed. I'm on the conjure mission, I've already put a bunch of bugs in the new thread. Okay. Sweet. And the next section, right after entering the red door in the picture above, you can see enemies through the door. I think I fixed that. This one I might have fixed. This one I might have fixed, actually. I might have just not pushed an update for that one. Because I did notice this happening. You can walk up the staircase right next to the wooden box. Oh, right, I should probably fix that. On this map, you can get up on the car when you dive jump. That's okay. I wouldn't really consider that a bug, so that's fine. You can dodge a shield bash enemy by dodging forward. I always thought it's kind of weird. Maybe you should dodge left to right, but not straight forward towards the charging. Yeah. The only problem is I don't want to change that, because then that might cause a design confusion for that one. In Caribbean 3rd Shoot House mission, in the spawn, you can see a door through the wall. Right. That's because that's the interactable door. Maybe I can change that. If you run out of ammo, run out of ammo and then pick up a bullet, the gun still has the slide back as if it's empty. Interesting. Okay, that one we might have to mark down. Same thing happened when doing the ultimate, the gun slide locks back as if it's empty. We got a couple in here. This one. This one. This one. Doing the ultimate. Okay, that one as well. When you take the elevator down at the end of the tiramisu level, you can see through the floor and the rest of the level. As the elevator goes down, you just put a wall there. Oh, right. Oh, that's a third person bug. God damn it, third person! You can go on top of this van as well in most vehicles in the map. I'm okay with the player getting on top of the vehicle. I guess the only problem is that some enemies can't attack you when you're on top of there. So I could see that being problematic. It's almost like we need to make it so vehicles can blow up. we need to make it so the cars can blow up, so the player can't stay on a car. Maybe. Bat guy comes in, hits the fucking car 3 times, explodes into a fucking huge mushroom. I think this one I already have marked down. At the deagle weapon open, then I retried from checkpoint, and the guy has 2 eagles in his hand while holding his hands as if he's holding only 1 gun. I think I have this on... I have a form of this on the list. The light from these chemical barrels are perhaps a little too bright. Makes the players think that it's an edge drive or something important. Yeah, I can see that being the case. Yeah. Which one is that? I won't even put it down as a thing. Chemical container. I don't know which one this would be. I might have manually put that there. It might not be actually part of this asset. No, it is. Which one though? It's either one of these. They both use the same material, so it's not a problem. Emission. Add emissive strength 250? What the shit? There you go, 5. That's a little better. Good catch. Why was it 250, dude? That thing's bright as fuck. It's a damn light. On the same level, you can jump on the wooden boxes, then from there you can jump up above the table, but then you can't go any further. Okay, yeah, we'll have to mark that down. If you're dual wielding deagle, the player actor fires both guns at the same time, but he should alternate firing both guns since you don't have 14 bullets in the magazine for both guns. Weird. That should be happening. If you're dual wielding the gun, the deagle, the player actor fires both guns at the same time. It should only fire one of them at a time. I think maybe I think the animation plays both. But they should be alternating. It's just that both animations play, which is a bit of a bug. He fires both guns at the same time, maybe it's a bug. I might need some reproduction steps for this one because I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh, yeah. It's the animation. Yeah, it's just the animation. Okay. You know what? I will put that on the list just because it looks really fucking weird. Bug, both hands play recoil animation when dual wielding. I think this is a worthwhile one to fix. Yeah, they both do fire, like alternating. It's just the animation. We only play the recoil animation on the right hand, which is really fucking annoying. So I'm gonna have to just change that for the deagle. If you stand outside the building when the C4 timers expire, you still die. You stand outside the building when the C4 timers expire, you still die. I can't tell where this is. Actually, where is this? It might be intended. It might be. If you stand outside the building. I know it's Rush B, I just don't know where in Rush B. I can't tell where in Rush B. It's the same map as the picture, but... Oh, yes. Yeah. It is intended. You have to leave the... You have to go through the car to leave. Otherwise, you just die in the entire map, even outside the building. So that one's intended. On Dust, you can plant a C4 without it being in the inventory for consistency. Maybe you should pick up a C4 before planting it. That's fair. That's fair. And I guess that would be more fun, having the C4 in hand. That's fair. I agree with that. Let me put it in the other list. Player should pick up a C4 on Rush B. Yeah, that's fair. Gotta have that CS knowledge. Yep, you gotta be outside of Palace, beyond Palace to not die to the bomb. Okay. Be great if there was some indicator on how far back you have to stand when the bomb blows up to be a safe distance. Hmm. Yeah, you know, I agree. Let's see, what kind of... kind of indicator can I give, though? Even if it's just like a little UI, like even if it's just an environmental thing, I think that could be kind of cool. Just something on the ground to at least tell the player, hey, that's the point of safety. Let me remember what the range of this is. So the explosion radius is 2,500. Sphere radius, I think. C4 explosion 2,500. I forgot if 2,500 is starting from the center or if that's in total. So that would be, what would that be? 1,250? Nah, ain't no way that's 1,250. It has to be 2,500. I think that is the half radius. Because I think you're technically supposed to die if you're just sitting here. So it's like right around there. You have to stand in the tunnel to be safe. Is it this tunnel? Because I technically do want the player to run a bit farther. I guess maybe it is 1,250? I don't know. What's the fucking radius? Is 2,500 the full radius? Well, only one way to find out. If you can see the bomb from the tunnel, you die. I think that's... I think that's about right then. Like, it should be somewhere around here. Could use the same comic window used for the lifeblood sequence if the download is complete. I think we do use that when you planted it. And I think we do have a text for it that does show that. No, it's not that. Where is it? Now I need to defend the site. Yeah, now I need to defend the site. But maybe I need to have a thing to run away. I don't know what the radius is, but once you get into this area, you should be safe once you're in here. I don't really know what kind of indicator I could give. I think I'll let the player kind of discover that. About the door bug, maybe it's when you push the door with your hand, not kicking it. Just had the bug happen without kicking the door. That door is weird. Something weird's going on with that door. I wonder if when you're not able to shoot, are you only, is it just literally anywhere you're not able to shoot, or is it just specifically where the door is? Yeah, I think this one I'm okay with because I kind of want the player to figure out like what the distance is, I guess. After using the Devo ultimate and doing an execute on enemy, the ammo didn't refill all the way, only half. Yeah, that's intended. You only get 7 bullets, so we just continue that kind of philosophy of 7 bullets. So that's okay. I believe you should get another 7 bullets back. You should be able to get another 7 bullets back if you do another execution. If that doesn't occur, then that's a bug. If doing another execution doesn't give you another 7. I view it as like when you do a clean suit, you're reloading one of the guns. So I'm basically treating them as 2 separate guns. But if you're not able to, if you do an execution and it doesn't give you the other 7, then that would be problematic. This is kind of a stylistic thing, but maybe we should just keep the smoke to the outside areas. It gives you 7 bullets on an execution and 14 on a clean suit. You know, Dante? 7 bullets on execution, 14 on clean suit. Right. Yeah, that's a bit weird. That is a bit weird. That's because clean suit is mega cool and executions are just part of your everyday duties. I might just leave that in as is, because an execution, I'm treating it as like you steal a magazine from the enemy, whereas a clean suit is kind of otherworldly in some ways. I don't know if I want an execution to give the full 14. A clean suit, I feel like, you know, you're a bit... The thing is that's interesting about clean suit is that it requires you to not spam your gun, because that could fuck it over. I think I'll leave that one in for that. I think I'll leave that one in for that. I think I might just remove the smoke there just because... Or maybe, let me see here. Where's that one? That is Kanji, I think. Right, yeah, because you can execute a lot easier an enemy than you can a... You can execute an enemy a lot easier than you would a clean suit. Honestly, let's just remove it, because it doesn't make any sense. That's the only one steaming and the other ones aren't. I just don't think it's worth it. Like, I think they look cool when they're outside of the game region. I think that looks fine. Although, I feel like this should be a darker color. That way it's like not as much in your face. It would appear that that's not changing the color. Oh, that's because it's not attached. That would make sense. Why are they so bright from afar? There you go. It just becomes more of like a subtle detail. Although I don't know why it's so bright from afar. That's a bit weird. Yeah, it has a dithered effect on it. Mainly because normal Steam is a bit more expensive to deal with. I wonder how I can make it look more comic booky. Maybe instead of dither temporal, maybe I did I make a function for that? I don't think I did. Where is that? I had an effect at some point. Maybe it's in the car exhaust. Nope. I have an effect somewhere that does kind of like a comic book dithering. Oh, is it in the character? Nope. Nope. Damn it, man. What? I use a normal dither. Let me try turning off the randomness. See if that kind of gives us the result that we want. Oh, there we go. That kind of gives off a bit of a comic book-esque vibe. Bit more of the kind of vibe I'd want it to give off, I think. Yeah, that seems more stylistic rather than the random one. I think the random one doesn't look how I want it to. Yeah, kind of like half-toning, yeah. Like in clumps. I wonder if that would look okay now where it was originally. Yeah, it does give off a halftone. I think that looks a lot better. And not as fucked. It looks a little bit more intentional. Alright. Okay. That's a little better. It looks better. Looks more, like how I would expect this kind of a game to look like. Very cool. It doesn't really disappear as well, but That's okay. Dash, alright. Alright, whatever. Okay. To the list. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at this in Shipyard, and then that'll probably be the last thing I do today. I gotta work on the trailer, I gotta contact the localization company, and hopefully... There's a patrol route right here. Maybe there's a shotgun enemy that doesn't have, like, the correct checkpoint? No, it looks about right. Wait. How am I even... How am I spawning enemies here? Is this just... This is doing things in a different way. Spawn enemies nearby player, radius 1500. Is point in viewport? Not in viewport. Well, that would explain it. How many times do we call this? Spawn enemies near player. Every 6 seconds. We want this location. Oh wait, is this gonna call a new random location every single time I call this? I don't know. We set a thing. Distance is more than... Let's do 600 units. And we want to get the player character's location. And then if false... Weird. I don't know why... Oh, it was trying to reset it. That's weird. We should probably do a restart on... Doesn't that break the for loop though? Having a delay in here? Pretty sure that causes an issue. Okay, well, that should fix that. Put that next to the dual wheel deagle issue. Put that next to the dual wheel deagle. Okay. All right, cool. Could do like a pop art style for the smoke. I guess we kind of accomplished that, sort of, with the way that we ended up doing it. It kind of looks a little bit like that, while still keeping some of that transparency that we want. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. Dude, it's only 1? Very good progress. Thank you again to everybody submitting bugs. Isho, thank you so much. Yeah, we're gonna get through all of this, I think, this week. I gotta get started on the trailer. I also gotta get started on... I might do an announcement post. I might make a build, get all these bug fixes in there now, and then I might do an announcement post for the beta branch just to gather any like final feedback where I can. Wow, this guy just got a brand new espresso machine and constantly yawning. Kind of makes you think if he just flipped that thing and wrote it off for his taxes. I don't know if I'll be able to write off my espresso machine on my taxes, guys. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I'll be able to do it. I think the CRA is probably going to have a little bit of a fucking... I'll ask my accountant. I'll be like, hey, do you think you could write off a coffee machine? It'd be capital cost allowance, but it's kind of, you know, it's a performance enhancer for my work. And billionaires don't pay taxes. I'm not a billionaire. Anyways, goodbye. Take it easy. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Wednesday stream. I gotta get started on recording some footage. I gotta really get started on this. I also gotta contact IGN. How the fuck do you submit video IGN? How do you submit a video to IGN? Contact us. Would it be guys, help me out here before I leave. Would it be an editorial inquiry? Do you have tips on the content we should be covering or sources we should be talking to? That'd be an editorial inquiry, right? Help me out here. I know this is a flashbang. I apologize. I would assume it's a... Right. Yeah, I gotta do that too. Just found out about this cool new game, Suit for Hire. I don't know how it works. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.